Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel True Divine 44. You can catch me on my Facebook page, which is True Divine, not True Divine 44. I was making that up all along. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at The True Divine. So join, subscribe, share, follow, whatever it is that each one of them does. I've set up a group there, which I'm hoping to build nice and quickly. People are joining. I'll be doing some live tarot readings. I want people to be able to share their experiences, their spiritual experiences. Just create a space that is free of judgment, free of people being triggered by somebody else's experience, somebody else's knowledge, somebody else's truth. And gain other people's perspectives as well to build community. So go over and find that. That's True Divine Truths. So you can join there and join in some of the fun, get to meet people. There's some awesome people already joined that I know of personally, so it should be good. So this is the daily energy reading that I do as part of the free content that I put out via tarot. I pick up on energy, I work with energy. So I feel the energy out for each day and then I back that up with tarot. So this is for the 7th of the 6th, 2020. And we have got intense energies right now. Those planetary alignments are hot. You know, this is real reset, real change, real illusion, real hope. People clinging on to old constructs, old belief systems. Huge energies right now. So we're going up and down. You know, it's a roller coaster, and it's for us to look deeper, look beyond, to navigate it properly. So I hope these readings are helping people to navigate their day better or make sense of their day at the end of the day. So for the first card for the 7th of the 6th, 2020 is the Chariot. It's a major arcana, and this card speaks of, it's the number 7, and it speaks of triumph in the material world. It speaks of needing determination, drive, to keep going, to have that propulsion, to want to achieve. So it asks us to one, recognize what it is that we want to achieve. Two, where do we want to move in our reality? How do we want to manipulate our movements and where we're going? And it also asks us to recognize the gift of will that we've been given, in that or that we have. We have this strong willpower that when we put our energy and focus in someone, something, in ourselves, it pays off because we have this drive. This is the willpower, the chariot of will. Where you put your will, it will happen. So it asks you to have the wisdom to, instead of banging your head against things that aren't working, things that aren't right for you, but it asks you to have the willpower, but also to have the wisdom to put that will into something that is worthwhile for you, something that is supposed to be on your journey, something that will help you grow and expand. The Chariot is not afraid of change. The Chariot moves on from the old and into the new, with determination, with assertion. It asserts that will. And for too many occasions in our lives, we put our will in things that our passion is not in, and so we feel like we go with even more assertion, even more forthright energy, and it doesn't work out. And that's the missing link. The missing link is having the wisdom to put your will where your passions are, to put your willpower somewhere with intent, with focus, to put it somewhere actively, rather than just acting subconsciously or acting on other people's or other things' expectations of you. The second card being this Water Prince, so the Page of Cups, and he speaks of news. Of course, he's the messenger. This messenger is the Piscean energy, the dreamland, the subconscious. So it might be coupled with the Chariot, that you receive messages that, you know, really talk to your subconscious, really talk to your truth. And maybe that brings a little bit of will out for you as to what you're going to focus on, what are you going to try to move towards. In fact, the Chariot doesn't try, it does, because where you put your will with intent, it's where you're going to go. So this Page of Water, this dreamy type energy, coupled with that also, so for a lot of people, it's that hooking into the subconscious, maybe some messages coming through that just probe into the subconscious and wake up a will, a drive to complete something or get somewhere that in your subconscious you've been wanting to go, or just knowing you need to go to. Coupled with that, though, on the other end of the spectrum, because we have got really separate energies going on right now within people, the division is real. There may be some illusions, well, actually for both sides of the coin, whichever part of the spectrum you're on, in that, how do I want to say this, in that there is a lot of illusion right now. There's illusions on top of illusions to cover the fact that they were illusions all along. And so there's a lot of unpicking right now. There's a lot of false flags, false messages, false hopes, false dreams coming in. And so it is for us to also, as well as listening to the subconscious, where we know we're passionate about going, and we put our will there, also listening to the subconscious and being discerning about whether this is really for us, or is this part of an illusion, is this part of somebody's plan to help us move in their direction rather than ours. So it does ask, a lot of people are finding themselves in positions of questioning their actions, questioning why they've stayed in relationships so long, why they've stayed in business partnerships so long, why they've stayed in friendship groups so long that don't work for them and haven't worked for a long time, or don't make them have that drive. And so it speaks of the fact that we can misuse the Chariot, in that sometimes these messages of illusion can come in and hook in to our insecurities, to the labels that we've given ourselves, to the roles that we've given ourselves. And the Chariot starts off from that premise. And so we're never quite getting to where we want to get to. We're never quite accomplishing quite as much as we could. So it's about that wisdom of where you put your willpower, and do it with intent, rather than being coerced by outside illusionary forces, outside illusionary messages, to go into a direction that really wasn't for you in the first place. It speaks of maybe some messages coming through for a lot of people, especially with the Chariot being the number 7, you know, that spiritual bridge number, in that you may be feeling that you awaken from dreams knowing that you've received messages in those dreams. Dream interpretation would be huge right now for today, in that these dreams could be very poignant and very much so from ancestors. There's this merging of timelines right now with the energy that's going on. Even messages from yourself, from your higher self, coming through very, very clearly. So write those messages down. Do it first thing. Put a notepad by your bed, because otherwise you forget. You get up, you make a drink, and then you brush your teeth, and it's, you know, so you forget, and then the details go. So write them down. They will make sense at the right time, even at the time if it just seems random, but you know it's something that you needed to take note of, something unusual in the dream. It speaks of the imagination and creativity, so that coupled with that, because on the board it's facing the Chariot, so it's coming towards the Chariot. So let your creative juices flow. The things, think outside of the box. This Chariot can take you anywhere with your will. It can take you anywhere you need to go. So think outside of the box, think bigger than you did before. Be a bit dreamy and take away what would be the 3D limitations that would stop you from thinking you can get your chariot to where you want it to be. And use that to put your will and intent without holding you back in your mind. You think, well, it'll never happen, or it's a bit difficult, financially. This isn't about that. You hook into your will and everything else will fall into place. You have the assertion of the chariot energy, and everything else will follow. Yeah. So we do have another 7 at the end of the reading. So we've got a 7 at the start and a 7 at the end. So if we were to put that together, 14 and then 5, it's hump day. It's a change, a pivotal point of where we decide to put our will, where we decide to make our new reality, where we go back. Do we go back into just other people's will, other people's dreams, or do we hook into our dreams and put our will where it should be for our individual journey that makes up the collective's journey, all of the experiences that we came here to experience? This 7 at the bottom of the deck, at the end of the reading, is in reverse. And so it speaks to where upright, this speaks to the 7 of Pentacles in the upright, speaks to the hard work, to the determination that you've put in, to the study, to the blood, sweat and tears that you've put into building something, and it being good. I think with the 5 being the change, the pivotal point of which way you go, and this chariot energy begging you to put your will somewhere that is exciting, that is a ride, it's an experience, it's passionate, it's new, and it speaks to you, it resonates with you. It's maybe asking you to let go of the mental block, the physical block, these 3D blocks of everything that you've built so far, and then all of the worries that come in with that, the people that surround that, the contracts that surround that. We're being asked to think at a higher level right now, and anything 3D that is being put in our way, we do have the strength right now and the energy from the universe, the energy is just swirling. It's up to us which swirl of energy we go to. Is it the illusionary, dreamy, or is it the dreamy, the creative, the exciting, the new? So it's asking you to strip away the physical blocks that would stop you from putting your will, your full intent and assertion to somewhere you dream of going, to someone you dream of being with, to an experience that you've dreamt of having, that you know you need to have while you're here, to a business that you want to open up, to something that you want to create, invent, paint. It very much is asking us to negate the facts right now in order to put the energy and will. And on the other point, we really do need to be looking at the facts also, because of the other side of this card, this Page of Cups, which is the illusionary card, which is making more illusions to cover up the first illusion. So we do have to swim through our facts in a way, in our knowings, and have some kind of mental agility to hook into what is our subconscious mind, or what is the coerced mind, the manipulated mind, which would fall for the illusions, the lies, mainstream media are putting out. It speaks to being brave. It speaks to going full force with full intent and will, and not limiting yourself, not limiting yourself to what is achievable with the old 3D rules. The times are changing, and the 3D rules that have limited us and applied so much for so long, they're on shaky ground. So right now we could use this little wiggle space to get ourselves in position to just go for it. And all of the rules have been thrown out the window in the 3D, these pentacles, the material. You know, the world's been brought to a halt. Businesses haven't been able to work the way they usually would. People haven't been able to have the freedom of movement. There's been all of those old rules that would have stopped all of this from happening has collapsed. It's gone. So let's flip that on in what's meant for harm, we can make for good, in that we can say, okay, well, we use this opportunity while you throw out all of those rules, then we throw out all of those rules also. And we recognize that we are here. We are spiritual beings on a human experience. So we can rise above whatever we decide to rise above. We can move and swim through this experience with our will and intent, rather than just going where we're pushed to, and experience so much more. Attain our dreams, experience things we came here to experience. On the bottom of the deck is the beautiful Fool card, this fearless warrior that, you know, doesn't wear his experiences as wounds. He doesn't wear them as badges of honor. He doesn't wear them as labels that would limit. He dances through the universe and looks like he's reckless, but in this reading, with intent of where he wants to go. He's not thinking about the dangers that might lie along the way, the 3D complications, the things that might snap at his feet. He's just focused on where he dreams of going in this chariot, what he dreams of doing, what he dreams of attaining. And he's in movement, he's in flow. So where those 3D rules sort of put everything to a halt and everything to a stop, it's time for us now as individuals, and therefore collectively, for each and every one of us to just start moving. This is our experience. It's not just a small handful's experience, and we're all just little ants or robots, or however you want to see it, moving at their will, at their desire. And so it speaks to not falling for the illusions of that, and not falling for the fear factor of that, and going along your journey. Again, like I said, the Fool card, not wearing those things, experiences of the past, as scars, but move the stitches in his garments, so the reminders and the lessons that protect him from similar elements like that again. But he doesn't live by them. He doesn't let them hold him down. He doesn't let them cause baggage that he has to drag. And this does speak of also the protests. I'm going to do a proper video on it, so I wasn't going to mention it, but I'll quickly mention it just because it's the distractions. And I understand why people are being triggered in an illusionary way, and they might feel like they're standing for something real and doing something real, but it was all a game. It was all a game to get a certain reaction, to get a certain mainstream narrative going, to create more fear, to create more limitation. And so this Fool does not take any notice of that. He doesn't see division. He doesn't see even the dangers of being around people and getting to know people, because he's not afraid of being hurt. He's not even afraid of failing. He just takes in the experience. He just takes in the journey. because that is the gift. And so he's not falling for these illusionary tactics here. He's not, he's just, that coupled with the Chariot is so powerful, because this Fool card has done exactly what I asked of with this Seven of Pentacles in reverse, in that he's shed all of the 3D rules. He's light in the back of this Chariot right now, and he just has this will and intent to get to this place, wherever this place is for you, to attain this thing, whatever this thing is for you. And there's assured triumph, there's assured victory, and whatever lies along the path, you'll deal with it, and it'll become an added experience to your journey, another stitch in your tapestry, something that you won't regret when you leave this reality, something that you won't stop and think, I wish I'd done that. Age brings bravery in a lot of people that I meet that are older, and a lot of them wish they had the same bravery and c'est la vie type energy when they were younger, because of all of the experiences that they put off through fear of judgment, division, whatever it was. And so it's for us to learn from our elders and learn that it's no good having regrets. It's no good covering yourself up and hoping it's going to be okay and just trying to hide away. That's no experience. Go for it. Be brave. Be the brave, carefree fool, and the force to be reckoned with when that will is placed into this Chariot. That force of movement, for the assertion of this Chariot card, and you'll attain whatever you go for. For your subconscious, clear out those 3D thoughts, clear out those 3D blocks and those illusions upon illusions upon illusions, and go into the real dream world, your dream world, where you want to go, what you dream of doing. So that is for the 7th of June 2020. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can get in touch with the details below. Again, go over to Facebook and join the new group, True Divine Truths. We're going to have some fun over there. It's going to be diverse, to say the least, if I've got anything to do with it. Until next time, much love, much happiness. Be happy, be whole. Mwah.